How's it going, everyone? We got Anthony here, who got second place at our Digimon 4th of July tournament with his Imperialdramon. Yeah, walk us through it.
Yeah, sure. So I decided to play Imperialdramon today because...
Oh, God, that map. Sorry.
Oh, yeah. It is terrifying. I randomly pulled this map today out of my 20 play maps. I just had to grab something because I was rushing out. But yeah, I have no idea where I even got this playmat from, so it must provide some psychological warfare. So
I just couldn't keep my eye out there every time.
yeah, that's right.
And a little bit of everything. Like, what the hell is this guy?
I don't know.
And it's on
Adult Swim.
Adult Swim. Yeah. Sorry. All right. So sorry. Walk us through your deck.
Okay. So we'll just start from the bottom to the top. We're playing 5 entities. Some people play 4 Digimons versus 4 Demi-Digimons, but I decided to play Demi-Digimon because we're more focused on jamming. It's good to have the 5th rookie. I know some lists even run 4 instead of 5, but sometimes this version of the deck runs a lot of rookies, so we're going to stick with 5 Digimons. For rookies, this might be considered pretty standard. You have your 3 Goblimons, some combination of 2-drop rookies to choke. This Digimon is okay. Surprisingly, the extra card draw is pretty nice sometimes. And then you have your MVP rookie Digimon. We're playing 15 rookies today. I think 15 is a good number. Just because from my playtesting, it seems like 13 is too little. 14 is sometimes right, and I think 15 is just, it probably allows you to, more than often, turn 1, Digiball, and then play rookie on turn 1 to apply pressure. And especially in this meta, when a lot of Yellow Board Greymon decks are running around, and just getting them down to 3 right away, and having them to force them to even use their Board Greymon earlier to start clearing the board, kind of sets you up for the kill shot with your boss Digimon, Imperialdramon, right? Keep this up. We're playing 12 champions, 4 Imperialdramons, 3 X-Demons, 3 Lobomons actually, and 2 Digimon. Fast Digivolving. Like a lot of times what happens is turn 1, if they go first, they'll choke you to 1 because they'll Digivolve and play their Digiblocker. So giving you the opportunity to not just pass back to turn, but actually accelerating to your ultimate with Gorillamon on turn 2 is pretty powerful, just because it allows you to start the aggression earlier, and potentially letting you to untap it with Imperialdramon onto their turn. X-Demon is, you do the combo shenanigans with Demon, just because, it allows you to swing with jamming, and then sometimes for the final kill, you just unsuspend the X-Demon to get the final kill. So this is, you kind of need to keep this combo in the deck. Lobomon, I decided to run 3 because I feel like 2 is not enough, and I always want to see it just because I often have my tamer out in the match, and Lobomon has been pretty crucial in securing the final shot. And we just run 2 Grizzlymon just in case for blockers, right? Against green decks, against big OTK decks, red hits hard, black hits hard. So you kind of just want to have 2 Grizzlymon just in case. And it plays well nicely with the 2 drops. So if you're at 3, you can play the level 2 and then Digimon to Grizzlymon to choke them at 1. But
Do you feel that 2 blockers was just good enough?
A lot of times I don't even use them, actually. And most of the time they just kind of eat it, to a War Greymon or removal spell. So I could almost see not running any Grizzlymons because you are the aggressor in the matchup, and you don't really care about taking hits, because the only hit that matters is the last hit, right? So you can use your security as a resource. I think the ultimate line is pretty self-explanatory. Just because we want to play our Imperialdramon at 3 instead of 5, you just run to 4 Dino Imperialdramons and Dino Demons. Run 4 of our Boss Digimon, Imperialdramon, So the really cool thing about Imperialdramon is that if you have your Imperialdramon in raising and then you bring him out and you have 3 memory, you can attack for 1, unsuspend, attack again with the inheritable, unsuspend again, and get the 3rd shot in. So this is often 3 damage. And so if you can kind of prep the opponent's security to be at 2, you have a good chance of just winning on the spot, right? And then for the other cards, we run 2 Omnimons just because sometimes you got to blow something up, and it's also very good in returning your Imperialdramon, especially if you have another like Dino Imperialdramon on the board. But if you're in that state, most of the time you're probably winning already.
This just was a nice top off.
It's a nice top off, and you kind of need something in security to check 14. There's plenty of times when Omnimon will check the Water Arms or Chaosmon or like a Digimon that it was set up for 15k because the meta is kind of based around Water Arms, right, and Chaosmon. So just having that Omnimon potential check is really is good. It feels good. It does save me a few times.
And it's a nice opportunity to refund back the Imperialdramon to set up for your next.
Yeah, exactly. We run 3 Davis. This is pretty standard. I feel like the meta needs to play 3 memory tamers these days.
Oh, sorry. The glare is just in the way.
Okay.
Let me just plop it over here.
Sure. Yeah, for memory tamers, I think 3 is very important. Just being able to dig to find your Imperialdramon or unbricking your hand if you need a champion is very powerful. And sometimes it gives you the extra advantage of getting the Dino Beam on top.
Was 3 Davis more than enough?
I think it's just right. I think if I had 4, there'd be probably times when I'm not as proactive. And so I think 3 is right. A lot of times when I play Davis, it is early. When I do get to play Davis, I try to play him as soon as possible, just because it sets up your turns very nicely when you go like into Imperialdramon or Dino Beamon, right? And then you can play a 2-drop rookie to choke him a little bit. Because the most important turns you have to watch out is when your opponent can get to 3, right? And then, or get to level 5, and then into level 6. So if you pass them too much memory, they, especially like Yellow Wargreymon, they can go to Wargrowl Slash, right? And so they just need 3 memory. So a lot of times when you're playing this deck, you have to really try to consistently choke them at 2 or 1. And that for helping to do that, you play Hammer Sparks. So 4 Hammer Sparks, pretty self-explanatory. It lets you do some crazy stuff, especially when your opponent chokes you at 1 and you have no memory tamer. There's plenty of times where I double Hammer Spark into Imperialdramon, and just go for game there. Or I already have this set up and I double Hammer Spark to Digivolve into Lobomon to finish them off. And the last 2 cards is Aqua Viper. Some people play Kaila's Breath. I like Aqua Viper. It's a little bit more aggressive, and the meta is full of a lot of blockers. A lot of people are playing anywhere from 6 to 8 blockers at their champion level, right? And so I found it pretty interesting that I can play Gobamon, bounce her 2 blockers, and kind of put him back to turn. Pretty significantly, actually, because now they don't have any champions to Digivolve into their ultimates. And sometimes it also saves a rookie, especially like a Digimon. Like you go and jam, and you can Aqua Viper to set back the tempo on them, and you save a Digimon for the next turn you can Digivolve onto. So I found that I've done that a couple of times, and it was pretty powerful. And that's the effect.
Oh, sorry. I was going to ask, how bad did it hurt your opponent on the defensive end when they're just building up their blockers, and then you just Aqua Viper them?
Oh, it's pretty bad, especially because a lot of times when they bring out their second Digimon, it's from the raising area, and so they're literally starting back at ground 0 again. Which gives you the opportunity to like build a couple forwards or build your raising with Imperialdramon or Dino Beamon.
Now, normally you're actually you're our Mega Zoo player, and you do pretty well. Sometimes like you'll just I don't know, you kind of went on a little roller coaster. You're rolling hot, or you're just like crapping bottom, but you're always a player that people have to recognize like, oh crap, like you always give them a hard time. Yeah. So how did it feel going to a very fast very fast deck, and especially Imperialdramon wasn't. I don't think it was intended to be relevant in the set 4 format. So it's kind of interesting to see a lot of Imperialdramon decks showing results.
I think the reason why it can compete now is actually because of Lobomon. This is that final swing you need for security, which a lot of times you get to 0, but you can't close the game. I think Lobomon provides an opportunity now in the meta. So for blue decks and red decks with Lobomon as well.
Now, how do you deal with a yellow War Greymon deck?
So it depends on the version of Yellow War Greymons. It depends on their memory access, right? If they're playing like three other tamers and 3 blinding rays, sometimes you can't choke them, and you kind of just have to sit back for them to get themselves at 2, or try to force them to 2 with a Pyrodramon in the raising area. It has to be Pyrodramon too. It can't be Dinobemon to get the 3-hit swing with Imperialdramon. But Yellow War Greymon gets himself pretty low, and that's probably the reason why this deck can flourish, is because they actively hurt themselves. And this deck often can easily do 4 or 5 damage, but not 6. So it's kind of relying on the meta right now.
Yeah, so I would say that's definitely a catch-22 or something where, yeah, for them to restand and deal 6k, they have to lose the security.
Yeah. And that could be quite lethal to them, especially if they go to 0, or if they swing into a Hammer Spark and end their turn, can't finish off the rest of the swings. That's also some of the advantages of the blue deck too, with Hammer Spark in their deck.
Has that happened during the tournament today, or at least in playtesting?
In playtesting, it happened a couple of times. Today's event, it did not happen. But you present that opportunity, right? They could just pass over turn, and that would be really bad because Yellow War Greymon wins by swinging with multiple Digimon, right?
Is there any changes you'd like to do with the deck after today's results, or?
I think for today's results, I was very happy with the deck and how it ran today. I think our meta is interesting because like last week it was a lot of Yellow War Greymon in purple and green, and then this week it was more like some yellow, more McDonald's control. I've seen a couple more Imperialdramon players than usual. I think last week there was none, and now there was 3 this week. And so I think our meta is shifting actually. I feel like our meta is having that cycle where Yellow War Greymon may not actually be the best deck in the current shop. And so I think we just have to adapt.
Yeah, we're only about what?
Like 3 weeks in, right?
Yeah, 3 weeks in, and by the end of this month, we're going to be prepping for our BT5 pre-release.
Right.
So we're going to see, about 3 more, roughly, 3 more decks,
right.
Or see what's going to be top in the next 3 weeks. I mean, any decks gave you any problems? Because your record was
4-1.
4-1. So what was the deck you lost to?
I lost was to the Yellow Mega Zoo.
Oh.
Which was pretty cool. I wasn't expecting that, especially the person I was playing normally plays a different version of Zoo, and so I wasn't expecting as much security. So he was always 1 security away from death, and it was, he got me good.
The time that you abandon a Mega Zoo, you lose to a Mega Zoo.
I know, right? I die already. I would play Mega Zoo. I played Ragnar Zoo when it was okay, like in 1.0, and even 1.5 was okay. The reason why it's really hard to play Mega Zoo for me, at least the Ragnar Zoo version, just because yellow is just really punishing. Like the War Groundmon into /Andromon is literally game over, because after that you pass the turn, you have to play another Mega, and then they water arms you, and then you're so far behind, you just kind of lose at that point. And so it was really hard for me to even consider playing Mega Zoo. And especially like the other decks with purple, like with the purple decks, they just have Trump Swords, right? And you give them so much memory, they can Trump Sword and still build their board. Or if you're playing green OTK, they literally just OTK you. Like, they don't care. You give them that much memory, that allows them to go into their Grand Kuwagumon combo, Chaosmon, and put Jet 0, and that feels pretty bad. So I feel like it's tough to play the Ragnar Zoo list right now. I know there is like the Sierra Mist Zoo that people are playing. It's like the green and yellow with a splash of blue. But and I've heard there's some success there, but I wasn't feeling that deck. So I've been brewing. I've been trying to figure out what can beat the meta. I've tried other various decks like Imperialdramon, the promo one. Tried a little bit of Ragnar. I think, well, recently Digimon Red did good, but I was trying a black variant. But today I just decided to play blue because I saw it, did some play testing with my roommate, and it felt like blue was really good against yellow. And I know we have a lot of that in our meta, so it's kind of the reason why I played it.
Oh, sorry, I was going to say, funny how your roommate was the one that got first place.
Yeah.
So for anyone who's watching this video and haven't watched our first place winner, yes, they are roommates, and they both got first and second place in today's 4th of July tournament. So any shout-outs you want to give?
As usual, Matt, thank you for always hosting. The CSG store is very, very friendly and competitive. I think even Benny said that. And just shout out to my friends, Benny, Jensen, Shine, Eric. Those are the people I played the most with, and it really helped me push my skills in Digimon. I wasn't originally a Digimon player, but I came from other background card games. And the memory system to me was the most interesting aspect of the game, and it's the reason why I'm kind of invested into it. I think it's a very good system.
Cool. Thank you very much for that. Yeah, for anyone who's at home and you have an Imperialdramon deck that you're looking for, ways to tweak it out, this is definitely put out some good results, especially if, again, as mentioned, watching like our first place video. We're actually going to have other videos done after this. And it's funny, actually, at this point, all you guys topped 8 today. Yeah. And the only guy you were missing was just Shine.
Yeah, of our group, yeah, Shine was out doing 4th of July stuff, I guess.
Yeah, America, right? Okay, well, thank you very much. Any last words you want to throw out there?
Not really.
Okay, well, Anson here has topped a few times. Actually, we have like 2 Ansons in this shop. One's actually literally blind, and he does have a YouTube channel himself and does deck profiles and plays other games. So if you ever get the chance to, it's weird I should plug in his video here, but I'm too lazy. But this Anson right here has topped a few times, if not gotten first place at our tournaments. Some of the videos are already up. Definitely check out his Megazoo decks. Especially, I think, was it you that had the black Megazoo deck, or was that, I can't remember. The one that has like 4,000 views.
Oh, was it? It was the...
Oh, no, sorry, that was, Yuli. That was his, his black deck. Yeah, sorry about that. I thought it was like, that was a Megazoo deck, but I know your Megazoo deck actually started getting a lot of traction too, before Set 4 was coming out.
Yeah,
like, I was like looking at the views, like, oh, like, you are watching this video? Okay, cool.
Right. Yuli's deck was the black Digimon deck.
Yes. And one of the key components was that that one Garurumon card. I think it was a Garurumon card. It's like that black...
Crest Garurumon?
Yeah, I think. Yeah, Crest. All right, well, thank you for everyone watching the video. Don't forget to hit the like, subscribe, notification. We did do a live stream video. I'm trying to see if I could get that going. My computer is kind of wonky right now. But yeah, leave a comment below. Tell us what you guys think, and see you guys next time.